Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I picked Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Hello, people, and welcome to Counterview, your new Monday show at 4:30 every week, Monday and Thursday here on Footy Judge Mo. 3:30 on Thursday and 4:30 on Mondays, people. So make sure to tune in that with Javon from the Final Whistle podcast, of course, the Ram from the Ram Stand, and Pazz, the creator, the most shameless Arsenal fan that is being called out everywhere around on YouTube. So, guys, I want you guys to vote and hit that like button. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and leave a comment below. A comment goes a long way, and a like goes a long way. It pushes this channel to new viewers. I'm very close, actually, to 50,000 subscribers. That would be a dream. That would be like, I would not have imagined that in 2 years I'll be on 50,000 subs. I'm very close, about 2,500 subs. So hit that like button, people, subscribe, and get involved in the chat. Of course, super chatters are really appreciated in the chat. Of course, get involved in the conversation. We try to show some comments if we can, but we're going to start the conversation right away. Liverpool winning without Mohamed Salah. No, actually, we're going to start with Chelsea. And we got to have to start with Chelsea and Arsenal. We got to have to start with Chelsea and Arsenal. Because based on all the narrative and everyone around, Chelsea schooled Arsenal yesterday. Absolutely schooled them all around the pitch. Chelsea destroyed Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. And Arsenal looked mediocre. And absolutely, Chelsea with world-class players completely annihilated Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, destroyed their title hopes. And Arsenal now are shaken at the top, of course, with people like City and Arsenal and City and Chelsea, and also Liverpool winning a game Arsenal look absolutely shaky at the top, that people are starting to be worried. Arsenal fans are so worried about their team now that the chance of winning the league is fading away. It's going away from Arsenal after the shocking performance and the absolute humiliated defeat yesterday in the hands of Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, of course, with all the Chelsea players rising above the levels of what we expected, of course. Listen, Chelsea now are favorites to win the Premier League with their players. They are favorites to win the Champions League, of course, after beating Barcelona 3-0, after humiliating Arsenal yesterday at Stamford Bridge in a magnificent game with 10 men. Absolutely phenomenal football match. How's everyone doing? You all?
No, that Mo's finished. I vote that on this new show, Mo never does an intro ever again. Do I have a second and a third?
I kind of like the intro.
I don't think Mo has done one about me that's not disrespectful. Never introed me nice. Never said, kind-hearted, nice guy.
Why
good
would Pazz, why would Mo lie, bro? Why would he lie? Why would he lie, bro? Like,
are you a nice guy? Even would you say that you're a nice guy?
I think I'm honest, genuinely. I'm
honest.
I'm up there with one of the nicest guys probably in the world.
See, being nice is very subjective. So I'm gonna leave that.
This is fucking shameless as fuck. It's not even being nice, it's subjective.
I think there's a clear definition on the internet. Do you know what I mean, mate?
It's a matter of perspective being nice. It's a matter of perspective.
I think I'm lovely, on and off camera.
I don't know about that. But yeah, crazy game yesterday. Crazy game yesterday. Hey, Pazz, we have a lot of discussions to have. We have a lot of discussions. That's not mad discussions. I just want to know what you think. But before we get into that, please, people, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Bless up for everyone in the live chat. From a Chelsea perspective, I cannot be more.
Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong in the intro? Isn't that the media? Isn't that from yesterday?
I don't.
I literally echoed what happened yesterday in the media after the game. This is what everyone said.
No one said we're favorites for the league.
Everyone said in the media.
No one said we're favorites for the league. No one said we were favorites for the league. No one said we were favorites for the Champions League.
The overreaction when, oh my God, Arsenal, look at, I told you so about Arsenal, and I told you so, and everyone is saying, I told you, Arteta's a coward. No, I exaggerate. Of course, guys, I exaggerated, of course. That's the whole point of doing that intro, of course. But it felt to me yesterday that was the consensus.
Feeling.
After yesterday, it's not only from YouTube. I'm being honest, Javon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Theo Walcott on Sky Sports saying, oh, Arteta should have gone for the juggler. I'm watching people on Talk Sports saying, oh, he should have killed him. He should have done that. And other people, I'm so impressed by Chelsea, I was impressed by Chelsea. I was impressed in some aspects by Chelsea playing with 10 men and Maresca. But the consensus yesterday, okay, let me give you an example. After the game yesterday, there was a question that was asked on Sky Sports. This is the question. So tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, should Arsenal fear Chelsea for the title now? So the consensus is this is what the narrative people want to push.
Mm-hmm.
Literally after the game. It's not me. I pushed this. This is what happened on the media.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're trying to push, Arsenal should be worried about Chelsea now. Should be. And then, are Chelsea now in the title contention? Can Chelsea win that's what happened yesterday after the game.
So I'll pick up where I left off last week before we get into it. I said if we came here with a performance or if we beat Arsenal, I would be singing a different tune. And I think we are in the title race. No, how long the title race lasts, it's up to the consistency of my team, right? But I think yesterday, even Pazz has to give us respect. Has to change his tune to a certain degree.
Why does the man have to... Bro, why can't you
Arsenal
just
show on the
okay, here's my issue. With every show I'm on, people want to include me in their monologue. You're supposed to tell everyone what your feelings are. Don't speak for me.
I'm going to get to that. I'm starting at the point we left off yesterday. You said we were not good enough. You don't respect us. You don't think we have that much quality. And when we face you guys, you're going to show us what real levels are. Did we not step up?
I'm gonna let you finish your monologue and then I'll reply.
Okay, you know what? I'll leave you up my monologue, and then I'll have you give me a rebuttal. All I am saying is for those who did not watch Chelsea week in, week out, when we were telling you that this team can rise to the big occasion in the big games, they showed that to us yesterday. And the reason why I'm more so proud of this team is because I felt gutted after the final whistle, thinking that we should have came away with 3 points. And I am more so proud of this team because it's a night and day difference from when we got the red card at United to when we got the red card at Arsenal. Maresca didn't panic. Maresca didn't make wholesale changes. Maresca let the boys figure it out, and we were solid. At times, with 10 men, we were the better team. At times, with 10 men, you would expect, okay, Caicedo's not there. Declan Rice will step up, show them why you're the quote-unquote best midfielder in the world. You know who won that midfield battle? Reece James. Right? There are times in the game yesterday I didn't feel like we were down to 10 men. And I'm going to be totally honest. There are times when the game started yesterday, Arsenal had that first 10 to 15 minutes, and I said, okay, we have a game here on our hands. And then the whole thing shifted. Before Caicedo got the red card, he was winning the second balls. The Chelsea team was winning the second balls. We were pressing high. We were matching Arsenal with the press. And another thing that stood out to me yesterday that I'm so proud of with the boys is how we handled the set pieces. We nullified every single set piece that came in. In fact, we scored from a set piece. I was talking to a few other Arsenal fans, and they said, the statistics came up that Chelsea was one of the best in defending and scoring from set pieces. The consensus was, you haven't played Arsenal yet. We played Arsenal now, so what now? And the way we played yesterday, given that majority of our fan base felt like we dominated or we should have came away with a win, what is the excuse for Arsenal? There was an excuse for PSG, excuse for Liverpool, excuse for Barcelona. What is the excuse for Arsenal now? Listen, from a Chelsea perspective, I'm very proud, and I genuinely believe that we should have won yesterday. Genuinely believe that, barring that first 15 minutes, on totality, we were the better team. And again, Arsenal is a team that I've given respect to because I've seen what you guys are doing. But for us to be telling you, hey, it's not going to be as easy as you think when you come to the bridge, and then for us to put out that performance, imagine if it was 11v11. Listen, shout out to Chelsea. If anyone watched the game yesterday, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just super proud of the team. Now, the next test is to continue this vein of form and beat Leeds and beat Bournemouth and continue to stay in the title race. We are in the title race, but we can only stay in it for as long as the team wants to keep consistency. Picking up points when teams drop points. Not losing when we should be winning. You know? So I'm super proud of the boys and up the Chelsea.
I'm really happy that you're happy, and
so
disrespectful.
Patronizing.
So, bro,
you know what I even said anything.
Flip me, man. What's with the patronization, bro? What are we doing here?
What is wrong with
you? This is the problem, yeah. I'll start my reply, and then man will just start getting onto me. Like, bro, can I say what I'm gonna say, bro? Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, if someone else wants to go, I'll wait.
No, I'll mute myself, but don't mind my face.
No, honestly, if someone else wants to go, I'll wait.
No, go ahead. Explain to us.
We're on mute.
No, you don't need to mute. Honestly, you don't need to mute. I'm happy to hear your reactions and your sides and stuff. I mean, here's the way I see it. I think there's two ways to look at it. We can talk about the game in isolation, or we can talk about it holistically. And we had a show prior to Spurs, and we were speaking about these next 3 games being important to Arsenal, and what would be a scenario that would be a good scenario, not an okay one or acceptable. What would be a good result for Arsenal? And people said things like 6 points. Some people said 5, and some people said 7. Not one. I never heard 9 from anyone. At any point did I hear 9. We've left Spurs, Bayern, and Chelsea with 7 points away. So from a holistic view, I feel like people have started picking up panic stations. We're unbeaten in 17 games. We just drew away. Don't get me wrong. Bad performance. Probably one of our worst performances all year. For sure. Guaranteed. Definitely one of our worst performances of the year. And I can't really pick one of our players out and say, you played really, really well. I can't do that. However, I also expected this, because you can't be unbelievable for 38 games. At some point, this performance has to come. And the reality is, we've had one of our worst performances of the year away at Stamford Bridge, and we've come away with a draw. So if we add all the context in, and when I said to people, I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry myself to sleep. I'm just not going to cry myself to sleep. If let's say we bottle the league, at the end of the year, I won't be looking at Stamford Bridge away as the result that has lost us the league. So for me, don't get me wrong, like, after the game, you have to sit back and say, well done, Chelsea. You've done well. You've gone down to 10 men. You were resilient. You defended well. But I also think we were also part our worst enemy. I think we didn't play to our level. And realistically, like, going forward, again, that's where our question marks are anyway. And I think that got found out yesterday. So for me, like, I'm not at panic stations the way everyone else is. I'm not saying, oh, same old Arteta. I've seen people say Arteta was negative. His first subs was Madueke and Odegaard. Those are attacking players. How is that negative? People saying, oh, you should have crushed them. He tried. He made offensive substitutions, brother. He took off Calafiori and put on Lewis Skelly. That is an offensive substitution. Like, this is what I don't understand, bro. Like, people want to criticize things without looking at the context of stuff. You look at after the first 30 seconds, we had 5 yellow cards. What play style do people want our team to play to? Like, people will have these opinions based on narratives and not on actually looking at where we are in that game. And 5 yellow cards, we are in trouble, brother. We are at 5 yellow cards, we are in big trouble. There's certain adjustments you have to make. We can't go out there and be aggressive with Chelsea with 5 yellow cards. We tried that. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think we was even doing great. They decided to press us man for man, and we couldn't deal with it. This is why the hints of the long balls. But in my eyes, if I'm being honest, when they were pressing us man for man, I was looking at that thinking, the thing with Chelsea as well, they're not pressing you man for man, winning the ball back, and then slowing the game down. They're pressing you man for man, winning the ball back. They did it a lot, and then they're straight back on the attack. And in my head, can you do that for 90 minutes? I wasn't sure. So to be quite honest with you, I was more happy for them to do that than them to go down to 10 men and counter-attack us. I thought the first game suited us a lot more, and I think eventually the tides would have turned. I think against that 10 men, we just didn't have the pace in the game to really break that down.
And that point is fair because there's that time right before I think around the 38th to 43rd minute, right before the red card. What he said rang true in that once we started to do the man-to-man press, anybody who would beat the press, there was a gap in the northern. There was a little gap for both teams because there was times where Declan Rice lost the ball, James was onto it, but it left a gap for that straight ball pass to Esteval at times, vice versa to Saka, and that's how Kukurea got the yellow card because he was on Saka like a rash. But one thing with Saka, he's going to protect that ball. So if you're tackling his off, you're going to pick up a card.
For sure.
You understand? So
most people wouldn't say that. So I'll give you credit for that.
No. It's true. It was about
one of the best things he's good at. Is Saka will make the ball stick. Facts.
Yeah. And so much because Kukurea noticed majority of the battles that Kukurea quote unquote got away with, he pushed him further away from his goal. Because Kukurea realized that okay, if he wins a foul up the field, it's in a dangerous area and I'm more likely to get another card. What Kukurea did, Kukurea stepped up on him. Saka kept dropping and Kukurea stuck to him. So majority of the battles, if you look, was in like the middle third of the pitch.
For sure.
I mean, it was in the middle third of the pitch because Kukurea knows if he spins me, if he lays it off and makes a run, it's a long day. So
I do think Caicedo ruined potentially one of the best games of the season, though. I think in our leagues. I think if Caicedo don't get a red there, that as a neutral would have been one of the most entertaining games like the Premier League has had this year.
I think Chelsea would have won. It looked like Chelsea would have won.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because think about it. My logic behind it is we have gone against really good teams. Yeah, like Bayern Munich. The first half, we weren't the better team. Nowhere near it. We were nowhere near it. And then eventually, like the physical game ends up catching up to the other team. And second half, we end up killing them. And to be quite honest with you, the way Chelsea were playing, you can't do that for 90 minutes, brother. You cannot go from press to attack and keep that high tempo for 90 minutes. Not over Arsenal, I don't think. I don't think you would have done that for 90 minutes.
Here's what I will say. The subs we had on the bench would have came in and changed the game. I'm not saying we could have sustained that, but we could have managed it all across 90 minutes, if you get what I'm saying. So when João Pedro starts dwindling, Palmer would have played a part, right? You had Andre Santos that could have stepped in the middle of the park, because what he normally does to sustain that in high pressure games, Gusto comes out, Andre Santos comes in, and Reece James drops the right back. You understand? And we had Badia Shield, so we could have made some defensive substitutions to sustain that level of gameplay if it called for it. However, we will never know, because Caicedo wanted to do some madness. He was told, it was honestly, I agree that it was being an idiot, but I didn't mind the aggression in the game. Is that fair to say?
Just in case anyone in the chat was wondering, you can sub 5 people, not 11 of them.
I didn't.
No, you don't. I'm just like, people were saying like that's what subs are for, but you can't sub everybody. And to keep that level of like the first 30 minutes of Chelsea's play was just absolute dog work. And I think when a team's pressing that much, I don't really think there's many teams that are going to consistently beat it. Like we beat it maybe 20% of the time, and we had to go long maybe. Yeah, I mean, if 20% is probably kind. Do you know what I mean? So like when you're playing at that intensity, like you're gonna be the better team. So like,
it's gonna get to you. I'm just proud of the team, and we move. All eyes on Leeds. And
are you now really like you believe now because last week you weren't title contenders? Do you believe now Chelsea are title contenders?
Yeah, for as long as we stay in it. I can't change my tone.
No, but that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's a cop-out. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You know what? Exactly. Like you believe in your team have a chance of winning this title, or you don't. Like
I do believe.
Someone told me. JC told me yesterday. He's watching probably. He told me yesterday. I think Arsenal will bottle it. And then when I asked, okay, who do you think is going to win it? He said, talk to me in March. That's just a cop-out.
Such a cop-out.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
So can I also ask you a question, though?
So we believe Chelsea have the capabilities of winning the Premier League. This season, not next season.
Honestly, after yesterday,
I think you have to.
I'm gonna go yes. I'm about the team.
I don't understand what's wrong with a fan of their club saying we are in the title race. If you don't win the title, you're not gonna die. Like I don't understand why it's so mad for me to say Arsenal are going to win the league. Why is that mental? Like, why should I be a fan and not be thinking we are going to win the league?
From an outside
point of view. No. Because it's actually no. I actually agree. I disagree with you, Pazz. Here, there are a lot of people that can think that I don't believe the team is ready to win the title. If I win it, I'll be very surprised.
Cool. That's cool, but that's not what people have a problem with. People have a problem with people being confident. Not being not confident.
I don't understand your point. Why?
Okay, so for example, if I said I don't think we got enough this year. Maybe not this year. Let's say a fan says,
that's fair enough. Yeah,
if everyone's saying, that's fair enough. But if someone says, I think we can do it because X, Y, and Z, miles off it, deluded fan. Why can't I believe him? Why is that so mad? Why would I be a fan of something?
The thing is, you can believe. But there's two types of belief. You can believe with a hope and you can believe with logic. I tend to believe with logic, right? My logic is up until, I want to say 3-4 games ago, we were not consistent in beating the smaller teams. We got over a few smaller teams, and the type of performance that we put out against the quote-unquote best team in Europe gave me the confidence that, okay, Maresca, I'm going to let you go around, but let me just explain this before you come in with your rebuttal, because you're having a serious talk here. Maresca, one of the things you stumbled on earlier this season, how to play when you're 10 man down. You play like that when you're 10 man down against the best team in Europe. That's a positive. I'm not expecting you to make the mistakes you make against Brighton and Manchester United anymore. Right? The team seems to be up. The team as a whole, not just the starting 11 with the $100+ million signings. The substantial player seems to be playing at a high level. Chalobah seems to be hitting a different run of form. Fofana is back. How long can he stay consistent? Badiashile is back. How long can he stay consistent? These are still question marks. But based on the performance yesterday with 10 men and the performances before that and the consistency that's starting to build and the players that are coming back, I would be mad I would be mad and lying if I didn't tell you that I didn't believe we could go on a run to try and win this title. So are we in a title race? Yes. Will I use the cop out again? No. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
I feel as though you've already answered your question, because the one thing that you said a couple of weeks ago, you're saying like we're inconsistent against the small teams. But what's the difference? Because the last couple of games where a lot of Chelsea fans have been telling us that they are good enough to win the league, they used the Barcelona game, they used the Arsenal game that we saw last night, they used other big games where they're like, we performed in the big moments, we are good enough to win the league. But in the same breath, you're saying, well, we haven't done well against small teams. We've been very inconsistent. To be honest, there's literally 6 big teams and 12 other small teams.
Yeah.
And if you're inconsistent against 12 teams, but you're consistently good against 6 big teams, you're not going to win a league title. Simple as that. That's the simplicity of it.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that. But in my little monologue, I said we started to flip those results from draws and defeats against the smaller teams to wins. So the reason previously before you guys said it was a couple, because I didn't know it was a couple. I was just being honest. I'm being real here. I'm putting all the banter aside for a minute. I'm just being honest. I said it because we're in a title race. We're within touching distance of the top. If we continue this consistent win, and then we start losing games that we shouldn't be losing to, we fall out the title race. The race is over, right? Is that not the truth? Is not how it works?
Here's the thing about like people saying like this whole thing about the smaller teams, yeah, and even the concept of this low block stuff, right? Like people say that Arsenal's biggest problem or Chelsea's biggest problem is like defeating the low block. First of all, there is no team in the world that doesn't struggle against a low block. That's the whole point of the low block. That's literally the entire point of the low block. True. Let's start there. The entire point of the low block is to be hard to score against. So it is hard to score against it. That is why people struggle against the low block. When you are the team that's going to dominate the ball and the better team in most games, you are going to play against more low blocks, hence struggle against more low blocks. So you are going to probably be more inconsistent against those smaller teams because you probably get harder scoring chances against them than when the game is open. Whereas like even yesterday, which is why people when I've said to people like, I think if they didn't get the red card, I think we probably would have eventually started playing a bit better, because when the game is open, you have a lot more chances to play your way into a game. When they're sitting in a low block and just battering us on the counter, and like they're basically dominating us without the ball, it's very hard to get into a groove because they're just not allowing the groove. But when the game's open, all it takes is one moment to kind of flip that switch for a team. So like in terms of playing against those low blocks, I'd rather play in a more open game. That for me, I think suits Arsenal even more. So we are going to be more consistent against a team in a low block.
I actually disagree with you on this. I actually think that yesterday, when the game was end to end in the beginning, Chelsea looked like the better team.
Agreed.
In the beginning. So you would rather play against.
I agree.
So you would rather play against a low block?
No. For me, in that
exactly,
game,
but that's opposite to you're saying you would rather play against a low block. But I would say
if I was an Arsenal fan, I would rather play against a low block than an end-to-end game, because I feel as though you guys, because the players that you've got already, I don't think they can handle an end-to-end basketball game.
Okay, right? look at the teams. How is that? Hold on. Let me explain. Look at the teams you've blown away. All the teams that we've got really big results against, those were not teams that were baking off. They're not. In the start of the season, when everyone's saying, "Oh, we got forward problems," it's because we were playing against a lot of teams that were just sitting their arse in the 18-yard box. We were struggling offensively. We've played more recently teams that come and actually play, like your Bayern. Even I mean, some people argued Spurs, fair enough. And then
no.
Some people.
I saw your face. I saw your face. I'm with you, bro. No,
but the point of it is like in a game that's open and end to end, you have more chances to turn the momentum. If, for example, Chelsea sit in a low block, that is controlled for them. Like, they may not have the ball, but they know the scenario. All they have to do is be patient and wait to get the ball. And when we're stinking with the ball because there's no space, they're going to get the opportunity and counter us. So they're in control without the ball. I think people think just because you don't have the ball, you're not in control. In that game, they were pretty much in control for most of it. We just started to have the ball more when they got the guy sent off. So for me, I would rather the game have stayed open, so then we actually have chances for more of those moments to crop up where we can potentially change the momentum of the game. But there was no momentum swing. We stunk throughout the 90 minutes.
The way I disagree with you is that those yellow cards that you got at the start at the first 30 minutes showed me that you couldn't handle the basketball match. You couldn't handle it. Like Supermendy getting a yellow card after 5 minutes, stopping a counter attack. Mascara doing the exact same thing. Those yellow cards told me you were getting,
because they didn't have Saliba.
And there was a foul on Enzo that they got away with.
I think
you guys, okay, guys. By the way, guys, we got over 400 people in the house, if I'm not mistaken. So can we get the likes up, people? Hit that like button. We're only in 60 likes. Do you think that is because they didn't have Gabriel and Saliba?
No.
Does that play a factor?
No.
Why are people assuming that Arsenal played the same without Gabriel? Imagine if Chelsea didn't have Kukurea and, for example, for example, like that would affect Chelsea, right? People just assume that Arsenal should look exactly the same without Odegaard, without Gabriel, without Saliba, without a striker, because they have the best squad in the world. You know what I mean?
Because the narrative they tell us. The narrative they tell us.
I don't care about the narrative they tell you. I want to hear your opinion. Forget the narrative. We can talk about the narrative.
Okay,
Ram.
so
we can talk about the narrative, but I want to hear your opinion.
I'll go after Ram. Go ahead, Ram.
The reason why I say it wouldn't make that much of a difference was because in a basketball game, regardless of who you have on the pitch, if you don't have an element of control, because Chelsea weren't giving them a moment's peace, Chelsea weren't giving them allowing them to control the game. The times where like you have Supermendy, Bukayo Saka dropping deep to collect the ball, Chelsea were not giving them a moment's rest. And every time they got the ball and they countered, every time it was a cynical foul.
In those type of games, the momentum swings all the time.
No, but they wouldn't let the momentum swing towards you, bro.
Let him finish.
They wouldn't let the momentum swing towards you. That's the issue. And the reason why I say it's not Saliba and Gabriel wouldn't have that much of an adverse effect. Maybe Mascara wouldn't have got a yellow card. Well, he wouldn't have been on the pitch either way. But the midfield was getting overrun. Like Rice was the only one that was trying to match them with the pace. Because Eze and Supermendy, when it comes to the back and forth kind of game, they do not like it. They do not like it.
I disagree with that. I think for you to say that Gabriel and Saliba wouldn't have made a difference, particularly even with us breaking the press, I think is also crazy. Because you're talking about them pressing us when arguably the best centre back pairing at breaking those presses and helping us break those presses are those two. So for you to say that, and even an example I would give you, right, is watch Lewis Skelly when he's playing next day in Cappy. It's not the same Lewis Skelly. And like for me, even something as simple as information, like Gabriel speaking to Lewis Skelly about where he can turn or not. There was a clearance Lewis Skelly done that I don't think I've ever seen him do in my entire life, where he just whacked it to the other side of the pitch. Basically, I've never seen him do that in my life.
Lewis Skelly's been poor for the last couple.
So what else? Here's what I'm saying here.
We're not doing that.
Here's what I say. Here's what I say. Here's what I say. Here's what I say, and I'll step in here. What I do think, Gabriel and Saliba the game would have been a bit different. Because here's what: if I'm the Chelsea attackers, right, and I'm not seeing the two best centre back pairings, quote unquote, in our football right now, I'm licking my lips. I'm chomping at the bits. I'm looking to get at them, you know. And as you can see, based on those yellow cards, they got at them. No, did they maintain consistency in getting at them? Maybe you could have said, okay, they're not here, let's keep going at them to get one of them sent off. They didn't do that, but they got at them. I think that the having the presence of Saliba and Gabriel would have made a difference. But not only that, it would have influenced how we had to take set pieces. No, I do think we came up with a game plan. The game plan just looked a bit better because the two best centre backs in the world and the Gabriel, for example, one of the best attacking centre backs in the world football right now, was not present. So that was a plus in our favor. Because even as a Chelsea fan, when I'm looking at the lineup and I'm seeing Saliba, Gabriel, I'm like, this is the day to get at these lot. So when you don't have your best players, you look to use that as an advantage as the attacking team, Arsenal being the opposing team. Like us, I'm pretty sure Arsenal fans are happy that we didn't have a fit and unformed Cole Palmer, if you're being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I think it would be genuinely silly to not say that when a team is missing their better players, they are a weaker team. Like it's pretty simple maths, bro.
No, but what I think me and Javon are sort of on the same page with what we're saying is regardless of Saliba and Gabriel, we're not saying without them there shouldn't be a drop off. I think in defensive situations where your defense will be tested, they would have 100% dealt with the situations a lot better. Maybe they would have reduced the amount of shots on goal that Chelsea would have had because of the quality that they have. But what we're talking about, and I'm talking within the midfield and within transition play, where Chelsea were getting at you, that's where I'll be like,
okay, let me ask you a question.
Transition play, I don't think they would have had an effect.
Question, of everyone on the pitch, who has the ball the most?
The DM or the centre backs?
The centre backs, and it's not close. So
or the DM depends on how you play.
It's always the centre. So let's not
depends on how you play,
brother. Come on, it's the centre backs. Like, let's not do that.
As in, like, talking for my team, our best games that we have, especially last season, Gravenberch
always goes back to the centre backs.
Especially in this day and age.
What are we arguing here?
In this day and age, the centre backs have most of the
ball.
Everyone wants to play from the back. The centre back are even the goalkeeper at times.
Come on, brother. Come on. It's a well-known fact. So first of all, like on the ball and off the ball, the centre backs have the ball. Are probably the most. You could argue in terms of possession and effect on the game, they have the ball the most. And they're the most important when it comes to defending. So for you to say that there isn't a big effect, the same with Chelsea's having centre backs out, it had a big effect on them. Anyone has a centre backs out, and then also, okay, bro, you are limiting it to transition. That's what you're doing.
That's what my whole argument was. For me, Arsenal can't handle a basketball game.
So here's what I'll say. What I would love to see.
A transition. Okay, if the centre back has the ball, who starts? If the centre back wins the ball, who starts the transition?
If a centre back wins the ball, who starts the transition?
The same person on the ball has a choice.
It's the centre back. If we're playing out from the back, who does the ball go to most of the time?
If you win the ball back, if Chelsea win the ball back from your attackers and play it straight towards the midfielders, then it's going to be a basketball game where the midfielders are going up and down the pitch.
So here's
the centre back starts the attack.
So here's where
every
balance comes into play.
What
I would love to see is how Gabriel and Saliba handle our pressing, because our pressing was one of our key factors yesterday. So I am not saying that them two being out was not a factor. What I'm saying is I would love to see how they handle it consistently over the course of 90 minutes. Because you never know. They might fall under pressure. They might fall under the pressure. They might not.
But I think it's fairer to say, like, we would have still pressed them. And cool, you can say that. I'm okay with you being a fan of your club and saying that your press would have still been good. That's cool with me. I think as a fan of Chelsea, you should say that, because I would say it. So, but the reality is, we cannot say, though, what we cannot say is that it is stupid for me to have the opinion that if we have our main centre backs who are way better, let me not say way better, they are tested press resistant centre backs.
But the original argument was, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd rather see us play against a low block than a basketball game. That was the original point.
Yes, and I would prefer. I personally, low blocks is the harder thing to score against.
But low blocks are
that's easier.
Low blocks are the ones where you have the less control, where you can actually manipulate the game. Like I used to think the exact same. I used to the exact same thing, especially under Jurgen Klopp, when I was like, you know what, I kind of prefer us to play transition because we're just gonna outrun you, outdo you in every single situation. But then when you play against a low block where a team is just penned in They can't do anything. They just literally just sit in front of the goal and tell you to break you down, and they're not going to offer anything on the counter attack. At some point, if you could put enough pressure on the opposition, they will crack. It will break.
But here's the thing:
unless you've got generational centre backs, generational left back, full backs, or generational defensive players, you're not gonna keep a team out for a whole 90 minutes. I'm sorry.
And here's what. But there's two things to that. There's two things to that argument. We couldn't have done that yesterday because eventually we would have cracked. You know what? Literally. You know what helped us yesterday was the counter pressing. Yes, that's the counter pressing because we took off Esteban because Garnacho was going to do the run back, was going to do the defensive work. But Pedro Neto being that out ball and Garnacho also being that out ball. There's a lot of times where Chalobah picked up the ball, drove through the midfield, and released that pass. That then kept posing the question to Arsenal: are you sure you want to step up that high when you drop back in a low block? Are you sure you want to do this? Because if we catch you on the counter and if you're onside, we will hurt you. So I think yesterday Maresca played it well in a proper mixture of sitting low when you had to with that 10 men, but understanding you do not take off your runners. You do not take off the ball in behind, right? And shout out to Reece James. Reece James stepped up. He did the work of himself and Caicedo to help out. And shout out to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez was technically solid yesterday. He was getting about, he was spraying passes, and he kept up the pace and momentum for the game from a Chelsea perspective. All in all, it was a brilliant game. It was solid by the red card, of course, but it was a brilliant game.
I do think though, like once the excitement from like you going to 10 men and not losing goes out the window, I think at some point you do have to look at like. I think a lot of Chelsea fans would say that you had a really good game, but let's look at it from a results perspective, and everyone will say, "Oh, you created loads of chances, you created this, you created that," but in the end, everyone would say Arsenal played really bad, but you ended up nicking one goal. So for me, like as much as I should be very unhappy with a lot of my players. Like you can't say everybody in your team played. There also has to be 5 players on your team that you're unhappy with. Because
Joe Pedro, Caicedo. Yeah.
So the same players I'm unhappy with, you also got to pick a nice little set of Chelsea players that you're unhappy with. Like there can't be it can't just be an Arsenal. All your players did back, but at the end of the day, we both missed a chance here. We both missed out on killing the other team's momentum or whatever people want to say it is. So we've both walked away from this, looking at a few players like, fuck me, you've killed us.
Yeah, but in that, stop. Okay, but before, with 10 men, for the 90 minutes to end in both have the same number of shots, same number of saves for the goalkeeper, that proves that Chelsea were the better team overall.
I don't think that's a debate point.
No. The argument is from a results perspective.
I don't think that's a debate point.
I don't think that any of the Chelsea players were bad, apart from João Pedro.
What we're talking about now is...
But João Pedro was played as a striker that he shouldn't be a striker.
Yeah, he doesn't pull the trigger. That doesn't pull the trigger.
And Esteban should have scored. Esteban got a shot on his right foot. He should have buried that. I love the kid, but if we're looking at fine margins, and I'm not, this is not me critiquing that 18-year-old, but if we're looking at fine margins, that could have been 1-0.
Yeah, that's just the point.
So, and João Pedro, you should be pulling the trigger. Pedro Neto, you should have been quicker, but brilliant tackle by Declan Rice.
I don't think Chelsea fans should leave that game and be happy with all them players. Obviously, Caicedo, but
that's why I said I'm gutted.
Be happy with all them players.
Yeah.
The same way there's like 5 players. There's 3 I'm particularly heavily disappointed in because I think, in fact, one the most is Zubimendi, because I think if Zubimendi has an okay game, I don't think Eze has a horrible. I don't even say Eze has a horrible game. He just wasn't in the game. I don't even think he just wasn't.
Yeah, we didn't see Eze. We didn't see Eze at all, bro.
Yeah, that's
the game was too quick for him.
Okay, here's the. All right, bro. I think you can say like Eze was genuinely just not in the game, and I think when the person that's supposed to be a conductor is pretty much completely out of the game, not even out of the game, because Zubimendi was actively,
that was because of the yellow card.
Yeah, but Zubimendi was actively terrible in terms of
Zubimendi. Okay, Zubamendi, the yellow card of Zubamendi has nothing to do with him being on the ball. Can we just, me and Osam spoke about it yesterday. Zubamendi, okay, Ram, you know Zubamendi yesterday was slow on the ball.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He wasn't creating the same angles he normally creates for his center backs or his midfield. He wasn't showing up. Like Reece James yesterday, Reece James and Enzo Fernandez. The reason why Chelsea didn't look bad, because every time Chelsea got a position of the ball, Enzo Fernandez and Reece James were trying so hard to create an angle for the center back or the full back to receive the ball. Zubamendi, I saw Zubamendi and Eze especially. That's why if you go check Eze's heat map and where he touched the ball, the guy was a passenger on the pitch. There is some, like, I saw Rice got the ball up the pitch, right?
Rice is never a passenger.
Rice got the ball up the pitch and it went to Saka, and Zubamendi was still behind the halfway circle. Like he was just walking on the pitch, and the ball is on the right side of Saka.
But I'll be honest.
Why is that, Mo? Why is that, Mo? Why is he staying up?
I don't know why.
Because if they lose the ball, which they have lost on multiple occasions, that's
Rice's job or Zubamendi's
not Eze's job. No, but I'm talking about Zubamendi.
No, Eze was the one that was walking. Rice got the ball up and it went to Saka. Eze is walking. He's just like walking. Just go in the positions behind between the midfield and the center backs of Chelsea. Try to make something happen. He's walking, right? I don't know why. Like, I have no explanation why Eze was walking on the pitch and not wanting the guys. Eze, he played about 70 minutes or something. He completed only 16 passes in the midfield with having 70% possession. Like, he wasn't even involved as much as Eze. And I don't know if it's mentally or something like that. I don't know.
I think Eze head off when he got the life kicked out of him.
Yeah. No,
for Zubamendi, and I said that many times about Zubamendi. Sorry, Javon. I said that about Zubamendi. Zubamendi is very good, and he changed lives. He changed lives at Arsenal, right? But I want to see Zubamendi do what Enzo Fernandez did or what Reece James did when they went down to 10 men. Be the guy that is always on the ball, asking for the ball. Always be an option.
I think it's hard to say that because he's been that all season. He's been that whole season. Let's not overreact on that one.
Really quick, Pazz. I think what you said rang true with Eze when he got the when he got the life kicked out of him. Certain players cannot handle physical intensity.
I think I disagree with that.
No. What I mean by that, when the game is
he's shown it. He's shown it before.
Eze has. What do you mean? He's come.
He's talking about Eze or Zubamendi. I'm sorry. Eze or Zubamendi. Calm down. What is he? Who is he talking about?
Let me land. What I'm simply saying is, when the game gets like that, where it's rough, where you know the tackle is going to be at, people are going to leave a little bit extra on you. Certain players are yet.
Which player?
Put a name on the bullet. Put a name on the bullet.
Mendy, because I don't think he's up for it physically enough. And it's just my opinion. I could be wrong, and he could prove me wrong in the future. And Eze, when they got kicked and roughed up, I think that affected them just a bit. I could be wrong, but that's all I think.
I think
more was Mendy than it was. That's why I say the yellow card played a massive role, because the whole game he was moving cautious. Like you said, Mo, he wouldn't. When you see Declan Rice progress the ball towards Saka, he was staying so far back because, for instance, in his mind, if Chelsea win the ball back and they're countering, I can't get a yellow card because otherwise I'm going to risk the whole game for my team. Going to risk the whole game for my team. That was probably his mindset. That's why I say the yellow card after 5 minutes had changed the way that he was seeing the game. He was like, I got to be careful. I got to be so.
Yeah, but but Ram, he got the ball, Zubamendi, and was moving it super slow.
He was I think he's genuinely. You're overanalyzing. I think he was just literally playing horrible. I don't think he got kicked. I don't think he got kicked and he lost his head. I think he came into the game lethargic. He was slow. He wasn't seeing the game. And you can maybe say the pace. The only thing I think you could actually say is maybe the pace was maybe a tick too high for him on that day. But you need to say that he bottled it after getting kicked. Like broski's Spanish, bro. These man.
No, do you know what? I've been at the one narrative.
I'm just saying,
getting,
maybe
the one narrative that I'm getting really annoyed about were the yellow cards, because people are saying the ref ruined the game. I'm sorry, if you're stopping counterattacks or stopping breakaways, that is a yellow card. It's a yellow card.
Not all of them are yellows, though, bro.
Bro, Zubimendi's yellow card, that is a yellow card. My man was running through at your defense.
Caicedo didn't get a yellow. It means that some of us should not have been a yellow, bro.
Caicedo, which one?
Caicedo.
He committed one foul.
No. I would say this. Caicedo.
Guys, I'm gonna give you the fact. He committed one foul on Eze. That is on Eze. Back to goal in your half. So why is there a yellow card?
One foul called. One foul called. That is not the same as what you committed one foul. If I elbow you in your eye and the ref ain't looking, it's still a foul, brother. What are we doing?
We're not speaking over each other.
So we're saying Caicedo what means the mental, the first.
Can we not talk over each other?
He's a Chelsea fan. He's telling you, bro.
Guys. No. There was a challenge where it was getting away from him. Caicedo came out of nowhere, right in his back, and he stood over him. I'm like, it's
no, that was Timber. Guys, that was Timber, and they thought it's a shoulder. It's a push in the back. That is not a yellow card. The ball was going out.
Brother. If you think that Caicedo, let's isolate this.
See the difference between you're emotional. I'm factual. You're emotional. I'm factual. Everyone. Okay, here's the thing. Everyone. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you the run.
I haven't got eyes.
The one on Eze is not a yellow card. It's not that tough. It's back to goal in your half. It's a push. It's a foul, a warning. The one on Timber, also, it's not a yellow card, but it's supposed to be a foul. They didn't even call it a foul. I don't think there is anything else in the game.
Mo. Now let me tell you why you're waffling. Because if I do loads of little fouls, what do they add up to?
But he didn't.
What would the ref give if I'm doing loads of?
Did he give the foul against Timber?
He didn't. They didn't give the foul, Ram. So he's waffling.
He didn't think it was a foul.
So he's waffling. Where is that? It's called persistent.
My point is he
played fucking football, brother. You know the term. It's called persistent fouls, right? He didn't. In the eyes of the referee, he committed one foul.
The angle you're coming from. The angle in which you're coming from is not the same angle in which I'm coming from. Comprehension is important. Let's use it, please. Caicedo, for the entire first 30 minutes, let's not pretend he wasn't moving overly aggressive. Because something wasn't cool, it doesn't mean I'm now not allowed to say that should have been a foul.
But if the ref didn't call a foul, then it's not a foul. Then it shouldn't be yellow. It shouldn't be a conversation, bro.
Okay. So then the ref's right every time. Is that what you're saying?
No, we never said that.
It should have been a foul on Enzo.
No. You know what? The ref isn't right, because the only yellow card that Chelsea got, I don't think should have been a yellow card. That was probably the one time I was like,
what?
A yellow card for
Kukurea got it for persistent fouling because that was his third foul within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's actually part of the referee. It was a third foul in 10 minutes or something.
And there should have been a yellow on Timber for the foul on Enzo. Enzo megged him, clean through, was gonna whip it in the box.
Okay, can we stop? Because actually, if you guys want to go to the referee's decision, let me do the super chat because there's a lot to talk about in the game. Olo saying Caicedo was way too emotional in the game.
He was.
He was. He
weren't. He didn't foul anything.
Did you hear me pass this morning when I was on with MHF? Like one of the guys, I appreciate all the viewers and everyone. Someone blamed me as part of the media putting so much pressure on Caicedo, and I'm like, what?
The whole world was doing it. What are you talking about?
But there was pressure on Rice as well. Why was Rice more composed?
Both of them dropped.
Yeah, but on Talksport, I'm telling you how much pressure it is. On Talksport, Akbon Lahore, I did a video on this. Akbon Lahore was asked to put a combined 11, right? And he chose Caicedo as a DM, Rice as an 8. The producer spoke in the ear of the host and told him he has to take one out. That's how much pressure they're putting on the players. He's like, no, I want both on the team. They're like, no, you have to pick one. You cannot have both on the team, even though they play different positions. That is the media. I'm just giving you an example. But yes, he was too emotional. And I think Chelsea players were riled up but the one that took it up a notch is Caicedo.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, I said it was too emotional, but there was no point you should have called it. I can't, bro.
Allow it, man. We have to carry on with the show.
Okay, Chelsea have Leeds, Bournemouth, Newcastle away. By the way, Chelsea in the next 6 games, they play 5 games away from home, including Champions League and the Cup. Leeds, Bournemouth, Newcastle away, and Everton and Villa at home. No, it's the other way around.
I've got their games right here. They've got Leeds away, Bournemouth away, Chelsea, Everton at home, Newcastle away, Villa. Yeah, it's the other way around. It's the other way around.
It's the other way around for us. They have all of these away from home. Oh, he's right. He has Leeds, Bournemouth, Newcastle away, and Everton and Villa at home.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
If they want to prove they are going to challenge, they need to get at least 4 wins and hope Arsenal drop points. Well, the game I'm looking at is the Newcastle away game.
They ain't got a good record against Newcastle away.
And I'm looking at Bournemouth too.
Yeah, Bournemouth is going to be tough. You guys know that Bournemouth have fell off a cliff, right? Like Bournemouth
have players, man. Leeds got. I don't think.
Mo has a point. Bournemouth aren't the same because I swear they lost. They were 2-0 up against Sunderland, and Sunderland came back and won 3-2.
Yeah.
Guys,
also
Bournemouth are in a 4-game not winning. They haven't won in 4 games.
Yeah, they've fallen off a cliff.
Also, for the Chelsea fans will know this. Every December period, there's always some issue at Everton when we play Everton. Whether it's at Everton.
Everton.
The only club that is allowed to have excuses and say this stuff are Chelsea, bro. Like, fuck it. It's the only
I'm not
allowed to say these things, and it's okay to say this stuff are Chelsea.
My wings are tired, bro.
Hold on, Javon. If this man steps up and says the same thing that you said, if this man on camera said the exact same words that he said, by the way, December, we got this problem.
It's not an excuse. I'm trying to make a point, Mo. I was simply going to say Everton has been a historical challenge for us when we tried to compete in a league for Everton. If we beat Everton in December, that's a change. That's all I'm trying to say.
At Everton, you're playing at home.
Pazz, I want to say the exact same thing. Stop. Pazz, you play Villa away and you play Everton away and you play Crystal Palace. I want to say that Brighton. I want to say the same thing. Just watch.
People are gonna say that I'm doing the victim thing, but you know what it is? We really struggle against Aston Villa normally. So.
No, they do.
They do.
Let me tell you the response. Pazz, this is your year. You gotta win against Villa. This is it. This is it. Make or break. You gotta win. You gotta prove to us that you're winning the title.
You need to prove
to the people.
Right.
Mikel Arteta cannot fail against Villa away. Mikel Arteta should go to Villa.
These are the momentous results that change the course of the season.
They will. Momentum swing. Make it rise.
You know what's crazy?
And these are the games that lost to the league before, bro.
You rise. Must rise, bro.
To be fair, they did beat Newcastle at Castle. You know, they did.
Let me do the rest of that. Let's respond to this. Without Saliba, Gabriel, and Zubamendi on a yellow card, Arsenal couldn't push Rice forward. That's why Chelsea dominated the midfield. Arteta got it wrong. Come on, you winners. There's a lot of people that are blaming Arteta.
People love to blame Arteta, bro. Man just stink,
he
bro.
He couldn't do anything.
Bro, it's not Arteta's fault if he puts out 11 of his best players and they stink. It's like at some point, we got to say, you man stunk, you let Arteta down. That's what happened, bro. You man let Arteta down. Arteta made attacking substitutions. Yeah, he tried to increase the pace. He brought on Odegaard. He brought on Madueke. He brought off our 2 worst players. What more do you want, bro? This is not an Arteta issue. The players stunk today, bro. That's it. It's not Arteta today, bro.
Fair enough.
It's not.
See, it's not Arteta. Just remember the narrative when we drew at the Etihad with 10 men and how the script has flipped now. We are poor, but we take the point and move. Yes. There's a phone ringing, but one.
Whose phone is ringing?
So Quick man, I'm banging off my phone. Brother.
Bro,
Mute, brother.
mute the fucking.
TNT.
You have an iPhone.
TNT,
You know, you have an iPhone. You know,
Man,
there's
there's
a button on the
There's a
side.
button right here,
There's a
Pazz. Let me
button
show
on
you.
the
There's a
side
button
here.
right
but
here.
Put it on do not disturb, bro.
You know, because it's coming on my MacBook as well, bro.
Do
That's
not
what it's
disturb, bro. That's
coming
what I've got do not disturb on, bro.
Hey,
Don't do it.
Oh, there is
Sorry,
there's a
sorry,
side
X.
here.
I can't have one game a season. That's bad. No, bro.
Just remember the narrative. That's the problem. Yesterday, so Arsenal salvaged the point against a 10-man Chelsea.
I don't
But,
know.
oh my God, Arsenal are shit. I hate these narratives now. Like, I think the performance should be criticized for Arsenal, but the result, Arsenal should take it. We'll talk about City as well. Guy in blue is disingenuous.
Who, Javon or Pazz?
There is only one in blue here. There's only one guy in blue here. Is this guy in blue? This is it.
Hold on. Let's read. I want you to read it, please. Then I'll reply to it.
You read it. It's
Guy in blue. I will read it. Guy in blue is disingenuous with his analysis. Take you fan hat off and be objective. 2 tough games before CFC. Dip in form is unexpected, and I'm a gunner. What are you even saying, brother? Like, what are you like? What you've said like. I just don't understand how you can say it is not expected to drop points at some point. Like, how is that a mad take? How is it a mad take for me to say at some point this year we're going to not win a game? How can that be? Someone explain to me how that is disingenuous. I want PEE. I want you to even send it to me by email, bro. Someone tell me how. Yeah, I need it clean as well. Make sure you put it into ChatGPT. Clean up the grammar. I want to read it properly as well. Someone please explain to me how is disingenuous saying we're going to drop points at some point. And then
I don't think you're getting the super chat actually.
Okay,
I think a super chat means that this was expected, but it's not a stinker. Like, you shouldn't say a stinker. See?
Oh, he just said it right there.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, but okay. So what am I being disingenuous about? Like, someone explain that to me.
What
You
did
need
Pazz
new
say that
rivals.
is this? Because you said the team. Because
Yeah.
you said the team had stinker and blah 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 and all the stuff. So
Yeah, it was just no. I said it's a bad performance. We're going, crazy headline here. We're probably going to have another game where we perform bad. Mental, crazy. Clip me, bro.
you know what? You know what the problem is? Arsenal currently in 13 games have dropped points in 4 games. Sunderland and the 3 big teams that they played, apart from Spurs, which is not a big team. I
And
think that is
Liverpool.
acceptable. Well, the 3 and Liverpool are a big team.
Top of the league. How
Liverpool-
can performances not be?
How what?
How can it not be acceptable when we're top of the league? I don't get where like this. People are saying like,
They wanted you to kill Chelsea. They wanted Arsenal to kill Chelsea.
that's
Okay,
cool.
this proves Odegaard is better midfielder than Eze.
Depends.
This was the conversation because I saw it when he came in. It was a conversation when Pazz and Ram were saying is it disappeared in the middle of the park, and when they
Love
put
it.
out Madueke,
But you know, Javon,
did
you
too
used to say
much.
the same about Odegaard last season. You know that, right?
I love it.
Yeah,
Like, they used to say the same. Like, nothing changed, Jamal. Like, also Odegaard disappears in games and people accused him of doing that. Like, that happens. In terms
I
of
think, yeah.
It happens, man. Just happens.
I also think people need to adjust to what the new Odegaard is. And I think Zubimendi is supposed to allow Odegaard to be what old Odegaard used to be. That is what I got from that
But then-
Zubimendi.
By that logic, then Odegaard would have done nothing in that game.
Why is that? Explain
Because
that.
if Zubimendi was having a stinker and wasn't controlling the game, then Odegaard can't be doing what he's doing. So then we'll just be seeing last season Odegaard.
Again, I think
cause
that's
and effect, brother. Cause and effect.
I mean,
Domino
again,
effect.
I would say what I would say is that, like, I think Odegaard's a bit better at if he's not getting the ball. I think he's a better player at going to get the ball. If we see Eze going to get the ball, I don't really like looking at that, to be quite honest with you. Like I think Odegaard can play in a lot of different phases in midfield, whereas I think Eze is just a different profile of player.
Enzo Meg Timber and was fouled, no card or a foul. Yeah, it happens. Yes, it happens as well.
What are we doing?
That happens. It happens as well. Tevin, Twinny, big up Twinny for this. Appreciate you. Mikel Merino wasted every opportunity when it was 11-11. Then the number, is that Mikel Merino? Is that what I
Number 8
came onto the pitch. So
is it
I'm not
8
saying that
Odegaard?
Yeah, 8. It is came onto the pitch to manipulate the ball and look busy.
That does not say manipulate, bro. It says something else.
I'm not saying that word on YouTube. I'm not getting this man defunded.
He said a different word.
Okay,
Basically,
so Mikel Merino. Okay, what I don't understand this. Mikel Merino wasted every opportunity when it was 11-11. Then Odegaard is number 8, right?
Yeah.
Came on the pitch to molest the ball and look busy. Easy win if he just gives the ball to Saka.
So basically, Marino, when it was 11v11, was basically useless. And then Odegaard, when he came onto the pitch, did nothing. He was just literally there just to hold on to the ball for no reason.
Can I ask a question though? Yeah, why is it acceptable for other strikers to do nothing all game and score, but when an Arsenal striker does it, it's an issue?
I'm gonna tell you what I was critical of Merino for something in the first half. I think in your half, he literally gave the ball away unforced to Chelsea. In your half, he dropped deep and just.
Everyone did.
No. None of your players do that. None. None of your players did this. Okay, I don't think you know what the balls I'm talking about. He received the ball, turned, and literally just gave it to Chelsea in your half. Not booted it away.
It was a poor pass.
Just passed it.
I think I remember the play.
He did it 3 times in a row. Just passed it. And then I think Mikel Arteta told him stop dropping deep.
I'm not gonna fight you lot on whether our players stunk, bro. Today, that's not where I'm fighting from here. That's not me.
He's also got Caicedo sent off. He didn't get Caicedo sent off. Caicedo was just an idiot.
He did not get Caicedo sent off.
Oh man, he was the guy that attracted the challenge, bro.
For the sake of narrative, Marino, the way he attracted the foul and he manipulated his body and the ball and
he put his ankle forward and allowed Caicedo to go.
I've seen Messi do that before. I have.
Devin knows what I'm talking about. Like Marino was just passing the ball to Chelsea.
Yeah, he was.
I've seen Messi do that before, innit?
Jamal is saying, I never said that about Odegaard last season when he came on. We moved the ball way better.
Facts. That's a fact.
Fair enough. Like, of course, Eze is not Odegaard in making short passes and moving the ball, and no one claimed that. But what Eze provides is unpredictability. Is shooting from outside. Is driving. Is carrying the ball past players. Like, is turning players. That's what Eze offers. And Arsenal don't have that guy. Nobody does this for Arsenal. Only Eze does this. Only Eze does this. So it's different players.
People are calling to dash him out to the wing.
Ram, hit that like button, people. Ram,
you won a game. Isak scored.
We need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation about someone. They won a game where Mohamed Salah didn't step on the pitch.
Hey, I'll leave that to Ram.
Hey, narratives are being born. They are strong.
They are strong. However, I will just say,
I'm cooking one up right now.
I think the narrative about Salah not being there is also you're missing out one big person.
Can I ask people something, guys? I'm still not even on 200 likes, guys. I don't want to stop the show every time, guys. Can we get at least live to 200 likes? It's absolutely it's so easy and it's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just hit that like button. Thank you, everyone, super chatting. Thank you, everyone supporting. The like button is underneath. Close the live chat. Get us to 200 likes and then come back. There is about 250 votes. And I said in the voting, hit the like button first and then vote. People vote and don't like the video. Just like the damn video, though. Go ahead, Ram. Salah should be benched, should be sold in January. Should get your bag and just be done with it, bro.
I think the narrative about Salah not being there is also one thing that people are missing. I think Joe Gomez being at right back was a big boost.
Oh, surprise.
Why do you not rub Joe Gomez out? You don't hate Joe Gomez. It's weird.
I don't hate Joe Gomez.
That's my narrative. So unfortunately, that's what I'm saying. You hate him. You personally.
Ramstan hates Joe Gomez.
Ramstan hates Joe Gomez. I don't really get why.
Someone clip it via.
Yeah, pretty weird. Why do you hate him? Explain that one to me.
Why do I hate him? Is because he's never ever fit. How about that? If he was fit, I would love it.
Now, it's all coming down.
Don't change it now. We got him, boys. We got him.
No. In all seriousness, I think the one thing I would say, defensively looked a lot more solid. Obviously, Szoboszlai being there instead of Salah offers us a lot more defensive stability. However, if people that actually watch the game and if actually watched that right hand side, Szoboszlai did not look good at the right wing. He didn't look good, especially going forward.
I haven't watched the game.
No. So people thought he played the 10. He wasn't the 10. So it was Gakpo on the left, Wirtz in the 10, Szoboszlai at right wing, and Isak up front. That's what it was played out on the pitch. And he just did not look comfortable on that right hand side. Every time he had it. Sorry?
Why do you not keep doing that to Szoboszlai, bro?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Everywhere.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I seriously, I don't know. He's been very good at. He's always said he's a number 8, but we don't play a number 8. I think this guy's trying to figure out a way to get the best out of people, and unfortunately, Szoboszlai is just a sacrificial lamb in every single case. He's our Valverde, as I like to say it, bro.
But why is it impossible to get rid of Gravenberch on McAllister? Why is that?
Why can't you get
that I don't know. McAllister shouldn't be starting any games, in my opinion. He just doesn't look good. He's not good. Even when we won 2-0, he looks so bad.
I thought he's world class.
I did hear that one though. I've heard that one before.
I've heard that one.
World Cup winner. I've heard that one still.
I cannot. He is a World Cup winner. You got to big up the World Cup winners. You know what I mean? But
wait, hold on, wait. That went over my head. No, wait, hold on. We're gonna have to bring that one back. Wait, I didn't even clock you said that. Who did you say supposed to like Valverde?
It's our Valverde. He's our Valverde, bro. He's our Valverde.
Hey, I need to start getting some red cards and some.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? If you watch Real Madrid and the way that Madrid just puts Valverde wherever the hell they please at centre mid, right back, left wing, cam. Heck, he could even play as a centre back at some point.
I actually think that Szoboszlai is Valverde. It's just that one plays for Liverpool, one plays for Real Madrid. It's very simple.
I'm reporting.
I don't understand why do people think that is fraudulent.
I'm reporting.
I don't either. I think it's because
Valverde's
proved himself.
You better to say Szoboszlai.
And guys, you know the problem. You know what the problem with analyzing Real Madrid players? That's the same argument for Rodrigo and Saka, because Rodrigo scored a couple of headers or a couple of goals against Manchester City in the Champions League. He's better than Saka until the game against each other. Like,
because he shimmies.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Valverde is good midfielder, runs around and everything. So Szoboszlai. Like, Valverde doesn't dribble as but by the way, shooting wise, okay, Szoboszlai can shoot. Free kicks, Szoboszlai is better.
No, Valverde, Valverde can shoot. He has
Valverde has a
and
better
fucking
shooter.
Szoboszlai has a cannon.
Oh wait, I just want to confirm what you're saying before I react. Are you saying Szoboszlai and Valverde are the same level or no?
Yeah, in my opinion, yes.
No, they're not. No,
I'm reporting you on every social.
Why? This is
I'm reporting you on every.
Guys, I don't think people understand. This is what people talk about. Guys, Wallah al-Azim, the same exact conversation happened for Saka and Rodrigo when people were telling me they aren't even close to each other. Rodrigo are levels until they face each other. Like, Valverde is a good player, very, very good player. I think abilities-wise, he's very similar to Szoboszlai. The problem is Szoboszlai plays in a Liverpool team in the Premier League with its stuff. We saw in La Liga players come to the Premier League. Isn't that Valverde guy was the one that was destroyed against Man City 4-0? Isn't that Valverde guy that played against Liverpool and lost? Like, why do people make that?
He didn't play against us. He didn't play against us.
He did play before. I don't think people understand. It's the same as like,
there would be an uprising.
Exactly. I can say this because
there will be a parade.
Let me give you an example. Oh my God, this Keita Baldi guy, for example, is levels above whatever. And then he plays against Inter or he plays against Barcelona.
Who's Keita Baldi?
The left back, Barcelona guys.
Oh, Alejandro Baldi.
Yeah, whatever. Alejandro Baldi.
Alejandro Baldi plays for Barcelona.
And I can't even, and I can't even remember his name. That guy. Like, there are players that because they play for Barcelona and Real Madrid, and we watch them in we watch them in Champions League, we think they are ridiculous, and then they come play against that is not like is that because a player plays for Real Madrid, his solo
I
scored
hear
in the
you
Champions League semi-final.
in general, I don't think you're mad.
But
This
Valverde's
particular-
actual
This
quality.
particular comparison.
So Szoboszlai's
And
quality,
the problem is that
No,
the
no,
problem is the difference
Valverde-
to me and you
bro,
guys.
Valverde
I think Szoboszlai is
actually-
quality as well. That's the difference.
Szoboszlai
You guys
is
think
cool.
Szoboszlai is shit.
I don't
Szoboszlai-
think
No, I never
Szoboszlai
said
is
he's
shit.
shit. I said he's cool. But if
I think
someone,
that-
bro, Valverde is, bro.
Let me put it to
Valverde-
you this way: if you offered me
Mhm.
Valverde or Szoboszlai, I'm choosing Valverde all day.
Fine.
And-
And
that's
before,
the
okay, and before last season, if someone offered you Rodrigo or Saka, who are you taking?
Rodrigo,
Okay, who are you taking today?
Rodrigo.
Don't ask me that question, bro.
Ram, who are you taking? Saka or Rodrigo?
Don't ask me that question.
What to play right wing?
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just
I
offering you a
mean,
I
signing.
need a left winger, so that's what I'm thinking.
I'm just
That's what I'm
offering
saying.
you
You're
a
talking to
signing.
a guy that needs
No,
a
no,
left
no.
winger.
I'm just okay. I'm offering you a signing. Just you got same money. It doesn't matter. You're gonna upgrade on whatever position.
You're doing a draft. You're doing
Oh,
a
yeah,
draft.
it's
The first pick is Rodrigo or Saka.
You're taking Rodrigo ahead of Saka today. Wallahi, people
Yeah,
are mad.
'cause I need a left winger, brother. I need a left
No,
winger.
no, 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 no.
Yeah, left winger.
You're doing a draft. You're doing a draft.
Right.
You're doing a draft. You're starting your team. Your first pick can be Saka or Rodrigo. Which one you sign?
And I can make him the main guy of the team.
Whatever, bro. Doesn't matter.
thinking
You guys
that-
are
I'm-
see. You
I'm-
guys
You're a troll.
know
He's a troll.
exactly.
He's
You guys
trolling.
know exactly my question, and you guys are a fucking
He's
avoiding.
trolling.
it.
He's
Do not
trolling.
praise Saka.
Trolling.
It's ridiculous. Okay, the last part,
He's good.
guys, before we end the show. Should Salah be a starter again? Go
No.
ahead. Go ahead. You don't want to even speak about Liverpool. We mentioned.
No, because I started talking about Szoboszlai, and then I said about he said I was about Valverde, and I got cooked for it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Put Salah's old ass on the bench, bro, and keep him
Yeah,
there.
bro.
I
think-
think
I
at
think
this moment, I
Tell you, Ram. All I have to tell you, you are only with all this terrible run, you are 3 points behind the mighty Chelsea.
that is crazy. That is crazy. Hey, Javon, you need to speak on it, bro. You need to speak on it, bro. What is
I don't
this?
need to do anything. I don't need to
What
do
is
anything.
this?
Right?
What is it? How is this possible? How is this possible?
Wait, hold on.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Does this mean that Ram smells blood? Ram, do you smell blood?
Do you
I
smell
don't
blood?
smell, brother. The only blood I'm smelling is our own blood. We're still bleeding. We're still bleeding, bro.
I just want to know if you smell blood, bro. That's what I want to know.
I want to
Because
tell you
everyone
guys
else smells
something.
blood.
Within 3-4 weeks, if Liverpool are ahead of Chelsea, oh
Bro,
my word,
it's gonna
what
be a
conversation.
Pazz.
I told you, every Chelsea fan, every Chelsea fan that's messaged me, I said, keep this up, you know. Make sure you don't keep this up. Because if you don't,
But Pazz, but will it happen? I don't know. I don't
Mate,
know.
I'm gonna give. Okay, okay. Let's make predictions. Next 6 games, guys. For Liverpool, Sunderland at home. Okay, hold on. Sunderland at home, Leeds away, Brighton at home, Spurs away, Wolves at home, then Leeds at home. Okay. For Chelsea, the next games are Leeds away, Bournemouth away, Everton at home, Newcastle away, Villa at home.
Chelsea after 6 games will be 10 points behind Arsenal.
Wait, Javon, did you hear that?
The
Javon.
disrespect. Chelsea after the next
Hold on, wait.
Villa games.
Well, man thought because he drew, the disrespect was going to end.
3.
Hey, hold on. Is that what man thought? Man thought hold on. Man thought because we drew and you put in a nice little performance that the disrespect is ended today. No, it's disrespect all year round. In March, February, January, April, June, next March. Pick a month. It's disrespect all year round. You're going to be 10 points behind us in 6 games. I'm telling you.
But we have to come back to reality.
The question is not about Arsenal, Paz. You don't have to be main character syndrome. It's okay.
Go in
It's
there
okay.
and make it about you, Paz. Go in there and make
You
it
don't have
about
to
you.
make it about you.
Sorry.
In the next 5 games, will Liverpool be ahead of Chelsea?
I hope so. I really hope so.
I'm gonna say no, based on
Yeah.
the 2 runner forms that we are on currently. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
One game doesn't change everything, bro. One game doesn't change everything.
I tell you what I think though.
Oh, here we
This
go.
Joe Gomez right back thing.
Hey, yes.
I smell
Please.
something.
If the guy needs injections on his knee, please just give him the injections. I
smell
swear. I
I
swear.
smell it. And if
I-
you can get another centre back in Jam and play 3 centre backs at all time, I can see.
I don't no, but Pazz, yeah. The one thing I liked, the one thing I cried the manager stopped doing. Our fullbacks weren't inverting, bro. Do you know how good that is? How many times I saw Kirkes and Gomez overlap our wingers? It is crazy.
Why am
By
I
the way,
saying-
I
why am I
need to
saying
give it
that's
Mo,
before
I
KD,
need to give a big shout out to this guy because he got a lot of criticism. And I
Who?
told you about GA, how GA, if the guy influences
Big
the
shout
game
out, you know.
without GA,
Slack gave you
shows.
your worst running
Who?
form and he finally figured it out and he give it
Take
a
the
shout
name
out.
out.
the guy that made everything flow through our midfield
Florian.
and our attack. Florian had a very good game, and even
Oh,
without the
James.
GA,
You're talking about James. Oh, you're talking about James.
What?
James Bond.
Oh, all right. Make sure you turn it to James Bond, bro, because
I'm gonna tell you something, Pazz. I'm gonna tell you something. I watched the game. I was watching Inter and I was watching Liverpool on the side. He looked very good.
I hear that.
Arsenal fans should not come with a GA thing. Saka has 1 goal and 1 assist, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 assist.
One assist since last
No,
Nottingham.
Mo, can I go one further? He hasn't registered an open play goal in almost a year, bro. According to
Open play, open.
Listen,
schmate.
you gotta have
Three
the
goals and
same
1 assist.
energy. Florian Wirtz, he was good against West Ham. He didn't have any GA.
He's got 6
Don't
goals.
come with a GA.
What are
He's
you talking
checking
about?
stats now. He's
I'm looking at the stats right now.
Checking
Saka has 6
checking the
goals.
stats now.
Saka has 6 goals and 2 assists.
Well,
Florian
that's your
Squirter, top squirter, top German squirter, has got nothing. James Bond.
Easy. We're family. Wait, Paz, don't make him turn James Bond, bro, because he then your league title might go a bit haywire, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Stop breading man that are not doing nothing. Because when Eze ain't doing nothing, you're onto him. So when I get your, give me my GA.
Mo,
Oh, no, I want
Mo,
GA.
can you attest to this? Can you
No,
stop the
I want
foolishness?
GA.
Whenever Eze played well, even without the GA, I still give him his credit.
I don't give a damn what you did. I
No,
want
but
the
I gotta
GA.
be honest, Ram. I gotta be honest.
Shameless.
I gotta be honest. Saka is a youngster at Arsenal that came through the ranks. You fucking paid 116 million. You broke the transfer records. Okay, Ram.
Facts.
It's not his
You
fault.
gotta be
Yes,
honest.
Army
You
don't
gotta-
get GA.
It's
you
not
gotta
his
be honest.
fault.
It's not.
Yes, it is his fault.
Yes, it is his fault because he was in Germany that you have to pay that money. Like,
No one told him to be worth that.
it's just like, what is it Palmer's fault that he had 37
It's
GA?
not his fault.
It is
It's not his fault.
You
It's not
said
his
it's
fault.
bad.
It's not his fault. It's not
It's
his
your
fault
fault.
that Simon Rolfers decided to add another 40 million euros to his
40
price tag.
million.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Bro,
Yes,
But
it
it
is.
is
hold
your
on, hold
fault,
on, hold
but
on,
you
hold on.
bet.
Ram,
It is your
Ram,
fault.
It is
Ram,
our
you gotta be
fault.
honest.
It's our fault,
You gotta
but
be
not- it's
honest.
not
You gotta
Virgil's
be
fault.
honest. You are okay. You gotta be honest. You actually on paper got Virgil cheap. You are getting the guy that is compared to Musiala. You're getting the next big German thing. 116 million is actually a fair price. If Palmer is sold today from the Premier League, it would be sold for 130, 150,
Yeah,
right?
but the reason why
Yeah.
Musiala will
You
cost a
got
lot
the
more money-
Bundesliga, the invincible Bundesliga player of the year. 116 is not his fault. It is really what he's worth.
The reason why Musiala will cost a little bit more money, and I'm gonna be so shameless right now.
Do it. Do it.
Homegrown.
Do it.
He's homegrown. One is homegrown, one is not
Bullshit.
homegrown.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Thank you for
Listen,
telling us that.
On that
I'm
note,
telling you, the homegrown tax.
on
There's a
that
reason
note-
why Declan
on
Rice.
that
There's
note,
a reason
people,
why
this is
Declan
bullshit.
Rice.
Hey,
It's
game
bullshit.
recognized game, Ram. Game recognized game, Ram.
The reason why
recognize
Declan
it.
Rice costs that money is
They
because
recognize
homegrown tax is real. It
They
is real,
recognize
people.
20, I just gotta tell you something. Number one, where do you get that 150 million for? It's a 100 like 15, but I'll hear you. 100 breaking the transfer record to have a good performance against West Ham is fucking mad.
It's crazy.
He
bro.
was
That's
good.
criminal.
I
was
want you guys to
so
imagine if
Mo.
Arsenal, Chelsea, or City broke the transfer record for a player.
Mo,
Wallah, I remember the end of
Mo.
Fernandes conversation. I used to step on the terrace daily, bro. Daily. I step on the terrace. Was Enzo good today? We asked the Chelsea fans. Was Enzo good today? Every day. That was the conversation. We started
Mo.
like this. Any
Mo.
Chelsea game? Did he score? Did he assist? What did he do today in the game?
Mo. In
Oh,
the
bro.
words of my brother Denzel Washington, yeah,
Uh-oh.
us brothers are starving. We were starving, bro. We were starving. We were struggling, bro. We lost out of 12. We were starving. You know how happy I am that we won a game. We didn't win a league title. We won a game. We won a game.
I hear you, bro. But big up, guys.
I've been there.
On this note, I want to thank everyone that is here. Pazz, the creator, and the Final Whistle podcast, of course. That is Javon's channel in the description. He does shows, he does match reactions and everything in the Ram stand. He has his show with Drifty on his channel as well. They do it weekly, of course. So go and check out the Ram stand. And Pazz, the creator, the king of shorts, of course, go check him out on Instagram as well. Thank you for guys sticking out with us here. This will be a weekly show at this time every week. So stick with us. Hit that like button. We're 20 likes away from 300. Appreciate everyone that is here. I will see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.
Peace.